We just got started. There's a lot of folks already visiting. So I just, really quick, I've had a lot of people already ask me, so how does this work? So I thought I should give you an explanation. Now, there's a couple of different ways that we can go about sharing our seeds. Some people like to just simply bring them and donate them. Along this row over here, you'll see on these brown tables, all those seeds were donated to us by Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company, the Seed Savers Exchange, and High Mowing. And those are free for all of you to enjoy. Come, find some, take some home with you. If you want to divvy it up, I got plenty of Ziploc bags over there. Help yourself to anything over there. If you want to leave your seeds on that table for others, you are more than welcome to. If you have something special that you would like to hold on to and trade, you are more than welcome to keep your seeds with you and find somebody to trade. Some people have set up on some tables here. We're pretty easy going. It's kind of open for however you like to do it. If you have any questions, you can come and ask me at any time, but I just want to make sure everybody realizes that all these seeds over here are free for you to come and enjoy.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thanks.
This is the Bay City Food Co-op, which is going to get started pretty soon, and it's just going to be like so great to have, you know, fresh food from the farmers around here, and to have a place that people own the shop, own the store. It's just really going to be great. Even
Is this a new thing for Bay City?
yeah, well, they had one years ago. But this is going to be started pretty soon. We're getting the money together, you know, and all of that stuff.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
good. I know there's a couple of co-ops that come to the farmers market here.
Oh, really?
In Midland, yeah. So that's great that Bay City started one.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Just,
Here, do you want to take some stuff?
sure, thank you. Thank you. Is there a phone number people can call?
You know, I don't think that there is a phone number,
Okay.
but there is a website and an email address.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have a Facebook page.
Oh, yeah.
That's good information. Well, thank you very much. Now these are some of the free seeds that are part of the seed swap. Okay. Some great varieties here. So we've got cowpea, cabbage, some different green beans.
You usually see this.
Greens. Oh, endive.
Yeah, and you don't usually
That's
see
very
that.
nice. All kinds of nice hearty kale.
What is this? Greens? Corn salad?
Ah, very nice.
Yeah. Kale. Kale's big.
Thank you.
Oh, look at this. Is very exotic.
All kind of green beans. We got Kentucky Linders, bean Roma 2. We even got some greasy grits. Whatever that is, it sounds interesting. They're heirloom seeds. Some organic peas. Kentucky onions, soybeans. There are all kinds of squash.
Same as yours, but what's the good thing is your volunteers?
Banana beans. Pumpkins. Various kinds of melons. Gourds. These are always cute, these little ornamental gourds. Lettuce, zucchini.
There's so many colors around here.
Finding some good ones today?
We just got here, but yup.
Those are really, really good. They're the ones that
We have veg? I want it.
We don't have parsnips.
probably want to try parsnip. Okay.
I know we used to use them a lot.
Excuse me.
Grow a couple pots of it every year, and then as soon as it goes to seed, they say that seed and replant. You can grow and replant the cilantro like 3 times a year. Yeah.
What is this? A miniature one. So we get some of this.
I love the tea. Have you had hibiscus tea? And you made from the flower.
Yeah.
Really?
They're probably like 5, 6 different kinds in there.
Oh, I should try.
Yeah, it's all leaf
There are
lettuces.
many brands, they're regular tea brands that you find in the little boxes. Yeah, it's very tasty.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I already got that.
Oh, yeah, lettuce blend.
Do you want your bottle back? Because I have baggies.
Oh, either way.
That's probably good.
Hey, how's it going? Winter wheat, Swiss chard, cilantro, red Russian kale, a lettuce blend, and some parsnip seeds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you put a little bit of red clay, it'll help mold everything together, and then you can just chuck it.
Can you tell me about this machine?
Yes, as soon as I find an extension cord that works, I'm going to plug it in. It's actually a water fountain, so it's a rain barrel, and it just demonstrates how easy it is to have one in your own home. And you would just attach it to your gutter system, and then water comes through, and you can use a hose down here as like a soaker hose or anything else. There's a hose attachment.
Can you pump into it? I mean, pump out of it?
You probably could figure some way to do that, but technically all you need is gravity. So I've got mine up here a little bit on a pedestal, and all it does is just drains right out very quickly. I have one at home and I use it all the time.
I was wondering where
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the programs they have going on over there at the moment, but Ben is a good guy to ask. He's over at Smokehouse Farms. He helped organize it. I believe they have speakers coming up shortly.
You came out to our house.
I did. How are you doing, Linda?
I didn't recognize you. Good. I think I know her.
I change my hair fairly frequently.
These are to attract butterflies? and
Yes,
such?
yep. So the milkweed is great. It's the exact one you want for pollinators. Everything else is all native flowers, so they should grow relatively easy in the area.
What's the
but
difference in, say, cut leaf coneflower and
gray-headed coneflower, there's just a different look to them a little bit. Like a gray-headed just has pretty precisely a gray head to the seeds. So you just kind of find out they're just a different breed. Different strain, I'm not sure how to say that. Yes, please take one of those. That one is more of a you don't know what you'll get, but it's 80% grasses and 20% wildflowers.
great, thank you.
You're welcome, Linda.
Involved, the price really isn't bad considering that it's organic. So that's a great place to look to at least start. Maple Hill has it. It's called Dairy Dew. Randy's Green Thumb also carries it.
Okay. I go there a lot.
I don't mind it. Lower, like maybe about like that tall.
So that would go in the front. Hi.
It's a weird time.
And what, this is something you're trying to teach people about, the
This
tuber?
actually is this right here.
The tufa.
Yes.
I don't
this
know.
is.
What
So
is
this gives a story. Jackie said it's a grain. It's a grain.
So it's used for wheat or flour or something?
No.
I wouldn't mind giving you money.
Yeah.
I've never been to one.
Now, in a moment, we're going to have our personal center up here. She's chatting a little bit, and then she's going to be on her way up to the stage.
Hello.
So while we wait, I'll just talk a little bit. Back there by the coffee.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Creative 360. This is our second annual seed swap. I am really excited to see you all here. This is great. This is a community event. It's not just a local community event. This is a community event for the Mid-Michigan area. Some people have come from far away to share seeds, to swap seeds, to talk about how important that is. It's also really a great opportunity for us to all interact on the level of sustainability in a way where the businesses that are springing up all over the place, that are serving us, that are providing services for us to continually get more sustainable, can come here and meet you guys face to face and tell you about some of the great stuff they've got going on, some of the stuff that you can do involved with your community, some of the stuff that you can add to your home or maybe your business that can increase your sustainability initiatives. This is just a great opportunity, and I'm really pleased to see so many of you here. This is the first fundraiser that we have for the season for our community garden, so I'll encourage you all to buy some raffle tickets. If you might be interested in winning some of our prizes that are set up on the back table near the kitchen, near where we also have organic lemonade, popcorn, and coffee available for donations. There are jars on all these tables with seed donations in them. Please feel free to add to them. We have raffle tickets. We're selling for $3 a piece, and we've got some really cool items back there. We've got some really beautiful plants from a local business. We have some coffee. We have a coffee-oriented kind of thing going on back there with a few businesses donating some things. We're gardeners. We know we all probably need some coffee here and there. We've got some great products from Small House Farm that they donated for raffle prizes. Again, here are the tickets, $3 a piece. KJ is back by the raffle table. He's going to be selling the raffle tickets. Please buy some raffle tickets. They're a really great price, so I encourage you to take advantage. We have a community garden out here that I started about 5 years ago, and it's grown and it's grown and it's grown. And now there's a lot of people involved and a lot of organizations. Last year was a really great year, very pivotal for our garden. We had a wellness path installed from the parking lot that goes all the way around the community garden, so it's much easier to access the garden now. The American Chemical Society is interested in increasing sustainability initiatives in the area, so they received a grant and they led the way with building a greenhouse on our site that's made from recycled bottles, recycled materials. It's very cool. It'll really help us grow seedlings for our garden and further our mission towards sustainability in creative ways. So I encourage you to check it out whenever you get the chance. Obviously there's a lot of snow out there right now, so you might just have to come back during the growing season and enjoy the garden. So I thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to pass it along to Ben Cohen again as he gets up here. And again, thank you all for coming. This is really an awesome opportunity.
Holly Harris, everybody, that was great. Now, if you've never had a chance to come back here during the spring and summer when they have the garden out back, you have to make a trip over here to check it out. It is absolutely incredible what they've done back here. I remember not too long ago when there was nothing but grass as far as the eye could see behind this building. And they have really altered that into something wonderful that is benefiting so many people in this community. It is an incredible thing. You have to come and check it out. Now, I forgot to mention a couple of things when I was up here just moments ago. Now that you got the Midland recyclers are also set up back there. They got a cool display. You got to check that out. And some of our other presenters have some tables set up as well. Julie from Annie's Heirloom Seeds is over in the corner. If you're not familiar with Annie's Heirloom Seeds, they're actually located out on Beaver Island, which is pretty rad if you ask me, and we are very honored to have her here. She stopped out, she brought some of her favorite seeds with her as well as some catalogs, so you should definitely check that out. And Mr. Isaac Martin back there, you may all recognize him from the farmer's market. He's got his set up as well, and he's going to be coming up here to speak in a little bit as well.
Good trading with you.
Thank you so much. I hope we have a good growing season.
Me too. Me too.
I'm going to raise my gardens up this year. I'm going to get some sites on them and put some new dirt in them and get them up higher on the ground.
Use some straw.
That's
tried straw. Straw bales. And then by the second year, it rots right down. I mean, it's just. We had pretty good luck with tomatoes and straw bales. We had the roots grow underneath the straw bales, 6 feet long. The roots were that big around.
Well, I got to get mine up higher because it's real wet. It gets if we get a lot of rain, then it really ruins that garden. So I got to get it up higher.
Good luck to you. Hey. Oriani Red Flint from Italy. It's a field corn variety for cornmeal. The cornmeal sells for about $10 a pound. It's really rich. It smells like peanut butter when you grind it. Grind it. You gotta get a grinder, like a stone wheel grinder. If you get some people to go in on it, it's not that bad. They're about. You can buy a cheap one. 2 stone wheels that press together. Yeah, I would say 25 by 25 foot. About a quarter pound of seed. You gotta have a root.
Yeah, I mean, this is the second year, and it's just, this is fantastic. It is fantastic. And much bigger group this year, you know, than last year.
I would bet it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, have you guys had a chance to put a raffle ticket in this basket yet to win one of those prizes back there? Well, you're sure missing out if you haven't done it yet. We're going to announce one of our first prizes right here. I got these young gentlemen came up here to help.
That goes in the back.
Holly's trying to cheat. That's Holly's ticket. Watch. All right, Mason, I need your help. You tell, what is that? It's a gift card?
We have a gift card for the people who win this.
That's right. If you didn't catch what Mason said, we've got a gift card here to Nature's Gift Organic Market that they were so kind to donate to us. Hold it up a little higher. All right, what's your name? Gavin. You're Gavin. Gavin's got the winner right here in his hand. All right, now read the number. See that number right there? No, you do it. All right, the winning number. Yep, 217.
217-72917.
Just in case you didn't catch that. Our first winner is raffle ticket. You guys got one of these blue tickets. Get your blue ticket out so you can look at the number to make sure you won. 217-2917. If that's you, come on up to the stage. Mason's got a prize for you. Come on and get it. Yep. That's it. Yeah, we got a winner. Now, if you didn't win, don't give up hope. Head on back to that back table back there. We got plenty more prizes to go. Get yourself a ticket and you can win too. Cool, man. Thanks. Yeah, good job, guys. Can I get a little applause for my helpers? They worked very hard on this. Thanks, guys. And while I have your attention, we're going to have our next presenter up here. If any of you have ever attended the Midland Farmers Market, I'm sure that you know this guy coming up here. I would possibly say that I know him best for his variety of heirloom tomatoes. When tomatoes come in, this guy has such a variety, but you guys might know him from some of the other wonderful things that he grows over at Gourmet Gardens. Okay. So please pay some attention here to Mr. Isaac Martin, please.
Hi everybody, how you doing today? Glad to see everybody here. Thanks for coming down to Midland 360. Got a couple photos here I'd like to show you in my grow room. I've been starting seeds for close to 20 years now. So in this first picture, what we have here is my grow room under T5 lights. So where I start here is we have a heat mat. If you're going to start seeds, the most important thing is a heat mat in your grow room and the T5 lights. So with the heat mat, I can fit 4 different trays on the heat mat. And when I first starting seeds, you get this heat mat that starts 4 trays, and what do you want to do? You want to start 4 trays. Well, that slows the process down, so I figured out a way to speed it up. So with these 4 trays that I have on the heat starting mat, I have 4 more trays on top of them. So the bottom layer, I have my tomatoes and my peppers, the seeds that start the very, very slowest. The next layer, I have basil that takes like 3 days to sprout. Then I put in like the brackises, like the cabbage, kales, kohlrabi, which take like 2 days to start. And then up top on my top layer, I have lettuces, things that only take like 1 day to start. So after you water these in real good and get them in the trays, you go ahead and water them in, covering them up, and then as soon as they start to sprout on the top, you take that top layer off and put them on your table underneath a bigger light. Then the second layer starts to sprout, and so on and so forth. So this puts you a heat starting tray and mat that you can keep rotating, and as soon as those tomatoes and peppers say hit a week, when you know they're going to start sprouting any time now, put them up the top and put something new underneath of them. So everything's still getting heat, it's retaining the moisture, real efficient way to do it, and it keeps your grow room producing 100% pretty much. You're working at 100% efficiency instead of waiting for one to start and putting another on the tray. So this is my table that I transplant over to as soon as things start sprouting. This is what we have going right now. Up front you can see the smaller plants are basil, goes to arugula, red Russian kale, another kale, some more basil, and then in the background you have tomatoes and more kale that are coming up. And this is what I have going. This picture was taken this morning. These will, the brackises like the arugula, the kales, the cabbage, they'll be transplanted out into the greenhouse within the week. The basil and the tomatoes will be kept in the grow room for another couple weeks to come up and get a little hardier. So this is a method that I use called soil blocking, and you mix a medium together to soil block, and what you're doing here is taking the cube out of the tray and putting it in the soil block. And what the soil block allows you to do is as soon as those roots hit the outside, they become dry and there's no more moisture left. So they want to revert back and go back into the block. And when you come to transplant, you have a block of roots that's not attached to anything. They can go on the ground super easy. You're speeding up the process of transplanting with this. And as well as speeding up the process of transplanting, you're also minimizing shock from transplanting out of a container. So this is a picture of soil blocks. They sell soil block makers, Johnny's Seed Catalog, all kinds of different seed catalogs sell them. I've made my own homemade ones. It's real simple to make your own soil block maker without having to pay $50, $60 for one. Go ahead. So this is a picture of the T5 fluorescent light I'm using, just an 8 bulb, super simple. They run about $225 at your local grow store. Right now I have 4 of them growing in the grow room, and they just work great. Not a lot of electricity, super easy way to start them. Go ahead. So this is a picture of the tomato plants. So the medium for this soil that I'm using is Dairy Dew 101. It's from Brad Morgan's composting over in Sears, Michigan. They do a great job. You can make your own seed soil or soil for your seed starter, but it's easier to buy his. His works really good. I've been using it for 10 years. It's wonderful stuff. The only thing that I do to Morgan Seed Starter before I put it in these cubes is add eggshell to it. I save all my eggshells and put it in it. The eggshells bound the roots together, so it makes it easier to put in your soil block. Go ahead. So this is just a picture of my transplant tray. When I get them out ready to go from the trays into the soil blocks, this is how I'm making my soil block. And soil block mixture, I'm taking 5 parts Morgan's 301, and then another 5 parts peat moss, and 1 part Tennessee brown rock phosphate, 1 part colloidal clay phosphate, green sand, and lime. And then you can also add 2 parts worm castings on top of it. That's a good way to do it. And that provides the nitrogen that you need. So that's doing it without chemical fertilizers. That's an all-natural process. Also, the only other thing that you could add is leaf mold and mycorrhizal fungi, which promotes root growth. And that is really good in the soil block mixture. Go ahead. Okay, so this is my homemade soil blocker. All you're doing is packing the soil in it. This is a spindle off of a deck. It's like 2 by 2, and that makes a perfect size hole for your seed starter to go in. The wooden thing behind me is just screws and a board, and when I'm putting the seeds in the seed starting tray, I'm just using the end of the screw head, to poke holes down through that seed starting tray. After you're done doing that, you use the side of it, scrape the soil off. It makes it real quick, real efficient, get it done in a snap. And so the only key to soil block making to speed up this whole process is proper moisture in your soil block mix. And all you're doing is packing the soil in there. You take the spindle out of that cottage cheese container and leave that spindle down there like 2 inches, and then you got a perfect hole for your soil block. I'll go ahead. This is a big picture. This is pretty much my soil that I'm thawing out. It was outside in the greenhouse. It still froze, so I put it under the T5 light to thaw it out. And again, the screw holes exactly match up with the trays, so you can just poke holes in that and go along to place your seed in. So yeah, that's pretty much how we do it. That's the tricks of the trade. If you're looking to do seed starting, as soon as I get done putting the seeds in the soil blocks, I foliar feed them with Thrive Alive, which is a B1 vitamin and minerals, and then I use a mycorrhizal in with that too to promote more root growth. And then Samoy mineral water, which helps the plants get all the minerals you need to avoid transplant shock. So once you get those plants in your soil block, you can leave them in your soil block for like up to 3 weeks until they start getting overwhelmed and want to seek other routes, and reduces transplant shock, speeds up the spring, speeds up gardening and speeds up food in your kitchen. So thanks for having me. Any questions, come and see me afterwards.
Yeah, that was excellent. That was very informative. I'm glad that Isaac took that route on his presentation. That was fantastic. We're actually just getting a lot of seeds started at our place right now, so I'm going to be able to apply what I just learned to what we're doing at home. And just like he said, if you have any questions or need some more information about what he was speaking about, he's right back there by the side door with his seeds. You're more than welcome to go chat it up with him anytime. We got to move it right along, I suppose, with the presentations and such, because we have a lot of stuff still to do. So this is some stuff from our friends over at Small House. If you're familiar with Small House, that's why I'm here today. And we donated some stuff that we're going to give away. I think we're just going to put them together in one prize. So we've got a bottle of witch hazel that we actually make with witch hazel that grows right in the woods behind Small House. And then a gardener salve, which I thought would be appropriate for a place like this. It's made with dandelions and chickweeds that I gathered out of the yard last year. Listen up.
The winner is 2172924. I don't think
2924, you're the winner. Come on up. All right, we got a winner. Come on up here. Gavin's got your prize. All right, there's still a few prizes back there, folks. If you're interested, there's still some time to put your name in. Now, all right, cool. Now, real quick, before we move on to having Julie come up, I took the time. It was very last minute, like I like to do a lot of stuff, and invited some other folks to come up and speak real quick. If you're not familiar, over in Bay City, they've been working very hard for the last year on a cooperative grocery store. They've been putting a lot of effort into this, and they've really seen some success recently, and they're really moving forward on this, and it's actually going to happen. So I've had them come out to speak because I thought this would be a good demographic for them. We're all like-minded folks. We can all understand the value of a cooperative grocery store. So with no further ado, Dennis with the Bay City Cooperative Market.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm astounded to see this sort of turnout here. We've been working behind the scenes for about a year now, and it's sort of interesting to turn out at something like this because we're finally popping out above ground and starting to grow. We found a substantial amount of interest a year ago in a public survey among a wide variety of people in Bay City for doing this. Our goal is to set up a cooperatively owned nonprofit grocery in downtown Bay City. And if you're not familiar with how co-ops work these days, they're a nonprofit. It's open to the public. It's open to the public, but it's owned by its members. And it essentially exists for the members. And as opposed to co-ops that some of you may have been familiar with back in the 70s that operated off of volunteer member labor and that sort of thing, today modern co-ops are really run in a professional manner. It's like a real grocery store with an emphasis on local products, local foods, and organic foods as well. Interestingly, one of the things we discovered in the process of doing research is that you'll find that Kroger's in particular likes to hype having local produce, but their definition of local produce isn't what yours or mine would be. Back in 2008, the Congress enacted a law that actually defines local produce as being anywhere within 400 miles or even anywhere within the same state. So Kroger's could be selling you thimbleberries from Copper Harbor and label them legally as local. And so they'll promote local produce, but if you start looking at where it's from somewhere else far away in the state. Nothing wrong with that, but our idea of local is really to promote the local economy and help out small local farmers in the Saginaw Valley area. And we've had interest from them, and so we're hopeful now of getting the seed money, so to speak, that we need to open this store. People have talked about donating buildings to us and asking how they can help in any way. But we've got our website up now, and it's baycityfood.org, and we can explain on there how it all works. So I ask you to have a look at that, and if you've got some money to invest, this is $200 to become a member for life, and this covers your household. It's not an annual fee; it's a one-time buying one share. And that enables you to vote for members of the board. When the store opens up, you would get discounts. The website name is baycityfood.org. That's about it. We're eager to get members. We're having a public meeting on Tuesday evening, 6 o'clock in the downtown library on Center in Bay City. We're hoping for a good turnout. Any questions? Glad to answer. But please have a look at the website. It'll explain what we're doing. And hope all those seeds grow. Thank you.
That was excellent. Now, in case you couldn't quite hear in the back, so everybody knows, baycityfood.org. That's the website you're going to want to go to for more information on the Bay City Co-op, or you can come right on over here to this table and speak with Dennis. The meeting open to the public is this Tuesday at 6 p.m. in downtown Bay City. He can give you specifics on the address if you stop over and speak to them. They got some great brochures full of information that I'm sure that they would share with you as well. Let's say thank you again to Dennis for coming out here. That was a wonderful to have him. All of you and all of the wonderful things. For me, this might be the highlight of the day. Very, very excited to introduce this lady here. Her name is Julie, and she owns Annie's Heirloom Seeds, an heirloom seed company located right here in Michigan. To me, there's nothing cooler than that, and I cannot believe that she came all the way here to talk to us. So please, everybody, take a moment to listen to Julie. There's a lot of ambient noise here. Everybody's having fun. That's great, but let's really try and listen to what she has to say.
As I said, I'm Julie from Annie's Heirloom Seeds. And I frequently get asked, how did I get started in this? About 10 years ago, I was a novice gardener, failing all over the place, growing nothing, and begging people to teach me. And I went to a talk by an Amish man, and he said, you want to grow heirlooms. I didn't know what an heirloom was, but he said, they taste better, they're sweeter. That sugar, that's where the vitamins are, that's where the minerals are. That's the most nutritious food. You want to get these heirlooms. So I'm a scientist by training, and so I went home and started researching and discovered that these seeds were kind of hard to get. I found a company that's website was broken and they wouldn't take my money. Another company that didn't send the seeds for 6 weeks and I forgot about it and they showed up well after planting season. I got seeds that were dead and I couldn't get them to send me seeds. Some people just took my money. And I got frustrated, but the stuff that came and the stuff that grew was amazing. And I was a picky eater and thought I didn't like a lot of vegetables, and then learned that I didn't like bad vegetables, but these heirlooms tasted amazing, and I loved them. And I had to throw all of my thoughts out the window. I did like eggplant. I did like Swiss chard. There's all these vegetables I didn't even know what they were, and I discovered I loved them. And so we were farmers. We were raising milk and meat for people, and I decided that I really wanted people to be able to get these wonderful heirlooms. And so I started growing some seeds and selling some seeds. Don't want to screech everyone out. And so I started growing and selling, and I realized that it can be a bit of a cross-pollination nightmare to carry an entire seed catalog. And what I really wanted was to make it easy for the home gardener to be able to get these amazing seeds. So we started Annie's on the idea that we would have high-quality seeds that would sprout when you get them, that they would be the best varieties that I could find, and I'd test them, and that we would send your seeds. We try to do next day, 2 days after you place your order, so that you get your seeds in time to plant. And so that's really what Annie's is about. Annie's is about you being able to get amazing heirlooms and being able to be a part of the heirloom world. And what I'm really going to talk about is the unique place the home gardener plays in the heirloom seed world. The seed swapper, the person who's growing in their backyard, because you have this amazing place in keeping these heirlooms alive, just as I have a place in helping you find some of these seeds, and usually more common ones, but you have this unique place to keep these seeds alive. First of all, we have to define heirloom. There's a lot of confusion in this world as to what all of these terms mean. You'll hear heirloom, open pollinated, hybrid, GMO, which tends to be a bad word in our world, and organic, and not conventional. And you hear all of these words, and everyone says, well, you're organic. Well, I garden organically. I sell organic seeds, but I also sell some that aren't. And so first, let's start with the main two classes. You've got the genetics of the seeds, and you've got how the seed is grown. The genetics is the makeup of the seed. That is going to be open pollinated, heirloom, hybrid, genetically modified. How the seed is grown is organic versus conventional. So first, the genetics. What we're all interested in as seed swappers and seed growers is open pollinated. That means if you plant that seed and you save the seeds from that plant and it only pollinates with its own variety, you're going to get the same vegetable out. Heirloom means it's been around for 50 years and is open pollinated. So all of our seeds are heirlooms. That means that I do my best to make sure that they're 50 years old. I say they stood the test of time. They're not just open pollinated and going to reproduce, true, but they've been around for over 50 years. They've seen it all. They've seen the diseases. They have disease resistance. They always put all these disease resistance on the tomatoes. Well, your heirlooms have seen it. It doesn't say that they have, but they've been around for 50 years. They've probably seen blight, and you've got the seeds from a plant that survived it. And then, they've been chosen by someone. Someone's grown that for 50 years. That means that they got a reason for it. So you've got some natural selection going on in your heirlooms as well. And now we have the hybrid, something that we don't carry. Hybrids they take two different heirlooms, cross them together, and you usually get the best traits or good traits from each. Well, scientists do this, and they do it at the biggest seed houses, and the main reason they're doing it now is for commercial purposes, and our home gardeners tend to not want what commercial gardeners want. Commercial gardeners care that it stores well, looks pretty, the things that sell a vegetable at a grocery store, which is sadly the last thing is taste. And we start to notice that taste is the last thing that they're growing for. They're growing for a pretty vegetable that will survive transportation. Well, as we all know, we have to transport them from the garden to the table, so they don't really need that for us. So heirlooms tend to be a better choice because they were chosen for a home gardener who cares about what it tastes like more than what it looks like. And then we have the other thing about hybrids is if you try and save the seeds from a hybrid, you could get an amazing thing out, but it tends to be some mix of the grandparents now, and you could get, sterile, you could get terrible, you could get really good. You're not going to get the same thing. So that's why, and so they patent the hybrids, and you have to go buy them back from the same company, so you can't propagate your own seeds. And then you have the bad term genetically modified organism. I'm a chemist by training. I'm kind of aware of they take a gene from over here and they splice it into a plant over there. They want a special trait, and usually it's herbicide resistance so that they can use chemicals on it. I don't trust it. I don't know if it's good, bad, but I do know I have a lot of severe allergies, and I'm afraid that they're splicing something in that's going to make me allergic to even more stuff. So, in my world, heirlooms can't be genetically modified, so it makes me happy that all the food I eat isn't. Now, organic. This is something interesting because everyone thinks organic, it's become really popular, and people aren't really aware it's a legal term. It's defined by the government as to how it's grown. There's only certain pesticides that are more natural that are allowed, certain fertilizers that are allowed. It's usually not chemically done. And I used to say it was a negative term. It says we don't use those, but now it's becoming positive as organic is becoming more mainstream and the farmers are getting better at doing it on larger scales. But organic means how your seed was grown. So I can sell an organic hybrid just like I can sell an organic heirloom. You cannot sell an organic GMO. That's not allowed. So that's part of the definition. And we sell organic seeds. They used to be worse because the farmers weren't really good, but now the quality has gone up, and I'm proud to sell them as well. And so we have certified organic seeds for those who really want to be sure that that they are starting with organic seeds, but they can get very expensive. They just have to be aware that it costs a lot of money to grow some of the beans and corn without pesticides and that type of thing. Now on to what we're really interested in. What's our place in this world? Now we know like these heirlooms, these old varieties. I get regularly, our customers will mail me little bags of seeds with some variety I've never heard of. And they want to share. They're loved. These varieties that I've never seen, that I can't get, that they've been growing in their family for 3 or 4 generations. That's where you belong. The home gardener belongs, keeping these things alive. I collect them all, and just this week, I was discussing with 2 of my employees the fact that we want badly to put together a 3 Sisters garden collection. And it's like, now we're just going around picking, and they said, what seeds are we going to put in it? And most of the squash is from the Americas. And all of the squashes we have names from Japan and France, and they sound like old American varieties, but they don't sound Native American. We don't have those old Indian names. And I was like, which one is the old Indian squash? They took them to France and they kind of changed them into something that people in France wanted as their heirloom. And you've got the Japanese ones that they eat. And I was like, which one? Well, I go through my stash and I find the Hopi orange squash, and I have a Hopi blue corn. And then I pulled out the bucket again and I found a Hopi black bean. And all of a sudden I've got this 3 Sisters out of these amazing things that date back probably centuries of varieties that somebody is keeping in their backyard, keeping because they love it. And I'm hoping that those 100 seeds that they gave me, I'll now use and grow and turn them in probably 4 or 5 years, enough seeds to grow to sell, so that I can make that available to more and more people. If we don't keep those seeds, varieties alive in our homes, in our families, and pass them down and keep that, we lose that genetics. I mean, we lose things for lots of reasons. Pole beans are becoming very rare. People don't grow them. Why don't we grow them? Because the seeds aren't usually promoted. And why aren't they promoted? Because a tractor can't harvest it. We don't care if a tractor can harvest our beans. I love pole beans. Shelling beans grown on poles, you get so many beans from such a little itty-bitty area, and the wind blows through them so they don't get moldy. It's perfect, but you have to hand pick them. We hand pick them, put them in a big garbage can, and then in the winter sit in front of the TV and shell them. And I make the kids shell them. But we're losing them for for reasons that make sense, but aren't really good reasons to lose the genetic diversity that we have. In the poultry, what this comes down to, in the poultry world, I used to raise chickens. There's this chicken called the Cornish Rock Cross, and it's the one you get at the grocery store, and they grow incredibly fast, and they're incredibly huge. And they almost didn't get that chicken because there was a different chicken that was a commercial chicken, And the Cornish rock cross is from the Cornish hen and the barred rock. And they were losing both of them. And some person kept a little flock. And they were almost extinct. And now they're the basis of the entire, all your chicken that you eat. So you have a place keeping the genetics there from all of these rare, unusual, wonderful vegetables so that someday they may be needed by even the big companies who are actually aren't aware or don't care about what we're doing. I have a place in it too. I learned a lot of farmers, they want to just grow their seeds. They don't want to sell them. They want to sell them to someone. They don't want to market. They don't want to have to find you, the home gardeners. It's hard for them. But they have co-ops that they sell to. And it was what I discovered is there were lots of seed companies. They just weren't advertising, and who couldn't find them. So I have a unique spot of being in touch with the farmers, doing their marketing for them. So when you buy from Annie's, you're supporting small farmers. Big companies aren't growing these seeds. It's co-ops of little farmers all growing their different varieties. And we support all of them. And my goal is to grow the varieties that you give me that are really amazing, find the best ones. I put them into small commercial production, growing 5 to 10 pounds of them. And we support they're larger than me, who are growing 100,000 pounds of bean seeds, which sounds like a lot to us, but it isn't to them, to grow those for all of the home gardeners who are growing these wonderful varieties. So we all have a wonderful place in this world, and it's kind of exciting to see. I produce a demand so that more people grow them. I provide this easy to get, maybe sometimes hard to grow and seed save, because there are things that are just hard to grow. They're biennials. We can't do the seed saving here. It's more work than you want to put in. So buy those, save something you're passionate and you love. Try and keep it pure. Learn what you need to do to keep it pure. Maybe you want to contact a seed company like us and say, I'm keeping it pure. I'd love to sell you 10 pounds. And I would love to buy 10 pounds from someone who's doing a good job growing those wonderful beans. Or that corn's a little tricky, really big cross-pollination radius. But if you have a wonderful squash or a wonderful tomato, you can easily save those seeds, sell them to someone like me, and I can get it to. We have 60,000 people we send an email out to twice a month. That's the number of people you can then reach with your wonderful variety. And then we can bring these heirlooms back and make that demand and make it a part of things instead of this rare, weird thing off in the corner, the standard of great taste. And then people are growing their own food and eating it too. So, thank you for.
You are awesome. Thank you so much. That was awesome. In case you didn't catch all the details, Annie'sHeirloomSeeds.com. She's got catalogs right back there at the table. Go back there and get one of these. You need this in your life, and there's only a limited supply. With her, there's plenty more I'm sure you could order off the website. Also, I brought up here some seeds that she's given away. The Boothby's Blonde Cucumber. These are free back there. These are straight from Annie's Heirloom Seeds. And word on the street is this is the best cucumber out there. If you grow this cucumber, you'll never grow anything else again. And they're white, so that's fun. I was inspired by what Julie had to say. To many degrees, I hope you all were. So I just wanted to share this with you real quick. She was talking about the Native American Three Sisters Garden, so I got this. I'm an avid seed collector myself. I love collecting heirloom seeds. I love the history that's a part of that. And I came across these Potawatomi lima beans. And now they were originally grown by the Potawatomi natives down in southwest Michigan before they moved into Wisconsin. And I was able to find them from another Michigan seed company, Nature and Nurture Seeds, down by Ann Arbor. I got 25 of them, and that was all that they had. They're now officially sold out. So I apparently got them all. And it got me thinking about the importance of native seeds And why can't I find any seeds that the natives that grew right here in the Saginaw Valley originally grew? So it took some searching. But at the HLSC Seed Bank in Guthrie, Kentucky, I found these, and I got 100 of them. And this is the Bear Island corn that supposedly was originally grown by the Chippewa Ojibwe Indians right here in Saginaw Valley. So this is like our native corn right here. And I got 100 of them. And that's a pretty big deal to me. So what we're going to do with these is we're actually going to take them to the 7th Generation building in Mount Pleasant, and we're going to donate them to the garden there in an attempt to bring back the native Three Sisters garden right here to our native people. So I just wanted to share that because I'm pretty stoked about it. Watch that guy right there. So please mill about, get some more seeds. There's still some seeds on this table over here, and that's pretty much unacceptable. You guys need to take these seeds with you. And we're going to give away all the rest of those prizes here in a minute. So if you want to do the raffle, let's do that. Get yourself signed up to win something. Than the other kids. All right, we got River and Violet here, and they're going to announce the next big winner. This one? This was for another Nature's Gift Organic Market gift card. Get your blue tickets out.
2172920.
We got a winner. There you go. Take this over here. Make sure her ticket matches up. Now, if you're not familiar with Nerdvality Coffee, they always have a booth down at the Midland Farmers Market. Hand pour over coffee that they roast themselves right in Mount Pleasant. Just in the last year, they've opened themselves up a coffee shop right there in downtown Mount Pleasant called the Coffee Room. Some of the best coffee around, I tell you what. And they were kind enough to donate a wonderful mug and a $5 gift card so you can go in there and try a cup of their delicious coffee. And we're going to have Violet tell you who won.
The winning numbers are 2172907. We got a winner.
All right. Thank you very much. Congratulations. We have a few more things to raffle off. Elijah's going to get some hemp lotion and hemp seed oil from Small House Farm, which will be our next raffle prize.
Don't be mine. I'm shorter than this. All right, let's see here.
2172908.
All right, lucky winner. Okay, so the next three prizes are too big or kind of attached over in the back area. So Elijah will happily lead the way to the prize for the winners. First, we'll raffle off our hanging basket plant. It's a semi-succulent. It has heart-shaped leaves, and it comes with a blown glass ball to help you water. That's right.
2172915.